And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got a perfect day for baseball. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. First pitch coming your way next.
Welcome your Philadelphia Phillies.
So almost ready to get underway. And on the mound today, Zach Wheeler.
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way, because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
Ready to go? Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. That smash towards center. Marsh makes the grab. One up, one down. And time now for the Marlins lineup. Singing not a lot of star power in this lineup against the top arm on the mound in this one.
Yeah, I might see something special out there on the bump in this one, and they definitely have their work cut out for them. You know, but some players, they actually take that challenge of facing an ace, and they actually raise their games. Take me, for example, not to pat myself on the back, but I did hit 370 off of Roy Halladay for my career.
Whoa. Hey, how'd you do against Tim Wakefield, Chris?
Yeah, like I said, Boog, I hit 370 against Roy Halladay.
Connor Norby in now. Takes ball one off the plate. One out, bases empty. Ground ball, left side. And that's just foul. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. The wind to kick the pitch. Got him looking for the K. Couldn't pull the trigger on a fastball at the knees.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
So 2 down now, and here is Jesus Sanchez. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Sanchez hitting third in the lineup, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. 2 outs, base is empty. Just missed.
Outside.
That just misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. That one missing inside.
I think it's very important to establish the inside part of the plate early. It sets the tone for the rest of the game.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or an into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Jonah Bride in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Sanchez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Check swing, no appeal. The 2-0 is in for a strike. Two outs. And a foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Good eye in that spot.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Third out. Marlins leave one. Phillies coming up to hit. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here in Philadelphia, getting the nod in this one, Sandy Alcantara. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. That's in there. Strike one. Check swing, called strike. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Trey Turner now. The shortstop takes the ball.
Hey, partner, back in 2023, Turner homered off the same pitcher twice in the same inning. Only a few players have ever done it, and his were against his former team, the Washington Nationals. He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
That one almost got him.
Hey! 2-2 the count.
He caught it behind his back, and that's a great play for the out.
Batting
And time now for the Phillies lineup.
All
right, Singy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Let's go, Bryce.
Bryce Harper stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Hard on the ground to first. Mervis takes it to the bag. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Down quickly go the Phillies. Scoreless after 1. Back here in Philadelphia, top of the second, and here's the first baseman, Matt Mervis. Wheeler back to work. In the air to left center, Kepler makes the catch for the out.
Batting 6th, left fielder Griffin.
And up next for Miami, Griffin Conine. Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
That one is absolutely belted. Marsh raging back towards the wall. And that one is off the top of the wall. Now around second, going for third. He's not stopping. On his way home. Played the plate, and he's out. He tried for the inside of the Parker, and he couldn't make it.
Davison de los Santos.
So now here's the DH, Davison de los Santos. And first offering is fouled off. That's a ball.
Nope.
Tried the sweeper. Next pitch inside, and it's 2-1. Second inning here, no score. That misses the zone. 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Wheeler gets the strikeout. And 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. Here's Nicholas Castellanos.
Right fielder, Nick Castellanos.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Alcantara, a former Cy Young Award winner, he features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Sinker catches the zone at the knees. That's inside.
2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And down on strikes he goes. 1 away.
Well, really nice job of finishing the hitter off right there. Glove side command, fastball firm to the outside corner. Tell you what, very difficult to do anything with that pitch, even if you do swing.
And now it's Alec Bohm. Out to short, Edwards. Handles, throws to first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Batting 6, left fielder, Max Kepler.
Max Kepler at the plate.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Big knock there to keep the inning alive and an opportunity to put something in the gap and give the Phillies the lead.
Catcher J.T. Realmuto.
And now it is JT Real Muto. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. And that one wrapped foul. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Gets the outside corner with that one.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Goes down looking. Phillies strand 1. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Now
Marlins,
here is
Kyle
Stowers.
Stowers.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Kepler on the move and puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one down. Nick Fortes, the next up for the Marlins. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
And that misses off the outside edge.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one drifts inside.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
This one in the air, center field. Marsh under it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop.
So the batting
Xavier
order turns
Edwards.
over. Now here is Xavier Edwards. He's 0 for 1. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Cut on and lifted in the air. Marsh moves under it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. So they go quietly there. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Bottom of the inning. This is Bryson Stott.
For the Phillies, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
And there's a strike. Late swing, foul to the left. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And a curve is down and in.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Next pitch misses way outside. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. Strike 3. Got him looking on the changeup.
Batting ninth,
Brandon
center
Marsh steps to the
fielder,
plate.
Brandon Marsh.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
That one to first, Mervis. He takes it on his own, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
Designated hitter Kyle Schwarber.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. On a line base hit, and that extends the inning.
Now batting, shortstop, Trey
We all saw his
Turner.
hit hard, but how hard was it, Singy? StatCast is here with the answer.
Yeah, Boog, it says the exit velo was 113 miles per hour, and it looked every bit of it, didn't it? I mean, just an impressive swing of the bat, and clearly he saw it out of the pitcher's hand no problem.
Trey Turner with a chance now. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Around second is Schwarber. Headed for the plate. He will score, and they take the lead. 1-0.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat.
I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
So here is Bryce Harper, grounded out his first time up. Fought off foul. Two outs and one in scoring position. That clips the inside corner for a strike. That just misses, and the count 1-2.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether.
Now this is through for a base hit. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in, and they lead by 2.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Two outs, runner at first. Nick Castellanos getting ready to hit. And downstairs. Two outs. Foul ball. In the air, center field. Stowers moving under this one. And that is that. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. 3 innings complete. It's the Phillies 2 and the Marlins nothing. On to the fourth. Now the third baseman, Connor Norby. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player. Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning, get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Right side, stop. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Marlins, right fielder Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins.
Boog, I never got to play at Citizens Bank Park in my career, just the old Veteran Stadium in Philadelphia, but the crowds here are just as energetic now as they were at that old park. And trust me, As an outfielder visiting town, you're going to hear it from the fans out there in the bleachers.
Bottom of the zone and a called
Got
strike.
a ball, 1 strike.
The Marlins trailing by 2. Top half of inning number 4. Misses the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outside
Ball 2.
low. The count now 2-2.
3-2.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's
Now
been
batting,
really patient at the
second
plate. A
baseman,
game plan that
Jonah
he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
And at the plate for Miami, Jonah Bride struck out swinging his first time.
Ball 1.
In the dirt, blocked.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Sanchez leads off first with 1 away.
Ball 2.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Six
ball
straight outside the strike zone.
3-0.
And ball
No,
4,
that's a
2
ball.
aboard.
Take your base.
He did not take the bat off his
Now
shoulder
batting,
the entire
first
at bat.
baseman, Matt Mervis.
Matt Mervis, the next up for the Marlins. Another
Oh,
miss,
right
8 straight outside the strike zone.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And there's a ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Two on, 1 out. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Back there. And it's off the top of the wall. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away.
Up next,
Well, that may end
for the
up being an
Marlins,
at bat
left
we go
fielder,
back to
Griffin
later on when this
Conine.
game is over. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
So bases loaded with 1 away. Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. Now this one's well hit. Way back there. On its way and out of here. Grand slam. And that's how they take the lead. It's 4-2. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. One big swing, and that turns the tables on this one. And when you come to the plate with the bases loaded and you've got some pop, you know it's hard not to think about the chance to hit a grand slam. And that can be a trap sometimes, but not right here. He seized the opportunity, put a great swing on it, and now they're working with the lead.
And now Davison De Los Santos. And
Nope.
ball 1.
Ball 1.
Well, at least he's got a clean slate after that grand slam. Nothing to think about on the bases, so he can really go after the hitter and just approach this like it's a clean inning, get the outs that you need, and get back into the dugout. Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
Slinging it to first in time. Two down, base is empty. Next to hit, Kyle Stowers. Fly to left his first time. Just off the inside edge. Stowers in his second season, 27 years old, and he's usually in left field, but today he's patrolling center. Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2-0.
Well, typically left fielders have the least amount of range in the outfield, so for him to take the responsibility in center field in this one, he's going to really need his corner teammates to help him out in the gaps.
Stott over to first in time. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Marlins add 4 on the grand slam. It's now 4-2. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Bottom of the fourth, and here comes Alec
for
Bohm.
the Phillies, third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Fastball in for a strike, 0-1.
Well, these Phillies showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Now batting Max Kepler. And there's a strike.
Still relatively early, but with a pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Drive, base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
First and second, no outs. Here's JT Realmuto. First pitch misses. And strike one to the catcher.
That's ball 2.
This one in the dirt. Runners stay put, and the count moves to 2-1. Late swing, fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Right. Off balance feed. There's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Now batting, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Now it's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Oh, that was a great chance to turn 2 with the 6-4-3 right there, but the feed to second, maybe the most important part of starting that double play, just didn't get it right there. And these players work on it a lot during batting practice, and that feed's not on point. Very difficult for the second baseman to make the turn.
2 on, 1 out. And now for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score, and the Phillies tie the game. The second run scores, and it's now 5-4.
A costly mistake in the outfield thanks to the bad read, and terrible timing for that to happen. That's a play you just want to forget about.
One out, runner at second. And here's the Phillies leadoff man, Kyle Schwarber. First pitch just misses. And that's in for a strike. Miami's bullpen with some action. Seth Martinez getting loose out there. Nardi, a left-hander, also throwing. Up the middle, Edwards. Over to first. Schwarber out of the play.
Now batting, shortstop, Trey Turner.
Trey Turner at the plate.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
Close but called a ball. And that is ball one.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
There's a strike at the knees. Runner at third, 2 away. And that is out of play. Oh, and he hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Bryce Harper to the plate.
Phillies, first baseman, Bryce Harper.
On the ground to third. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team to bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Right through there for a strike.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Turner, the lead runner out at second. Harper on at first with 2 down. Swing and a ground ball out to short. They take the force out. Inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Phillies 6 and the Marlins 4. And welcome back to the
Leading off for
ballpark.
Miami,
Top 5, John
catcher,
Sciambi
Nick
with Chris
Fortes.
Singleton. And leading it off, Nick Fortes. Wheeler back to work. Just missed. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Next pitch is outside. That's down and in.
Count.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. In the air, right side. Castellanos makes the play, and there's one away.
Now batting, shortstop, Xavier Edwards.
Back to the top of the Miami order, and now the shortstop, Xavier Edwards. 0 for 2 in this one. And that one is in for a strike at 95. It's 0-1. The shortstop takes the ball.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The other way, and a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. And here is Connor Norby. Fastball for a strike. Pitch misses there, and now it's even 1-1. Man at first, one away. Wheeler with a throw over, and he's back in safely. Ball to strike. Runner takes off, pitch in for a strike, and that's a stolen base, not even close. So man in a scoring position, and now the tying run comes to the plate, and we're at the top of the fifth. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And the sweeper is off the plate. Wheeler checks the runner, and he's back in on a dive. And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. And that one is in for a strike.
0-1.
Runner at second, 2 down.
Let's go, Phillies.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Tanner Banks. The young lefty looks to be getting himself ready. Ross warming up as well. Outside. Going to count 1-2.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
And that one is downstairs, and the count is 2-2. Man on second, 2 down. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Sit him down.
3-2 now. Jonah Bride in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And a swing and a miss, and that's that. So 1 hit is all they get. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Phillies 6 and the Marlins 4.
Now pitching for
Back
Miami.
now to start the bottom of the fifth
Number
and taking
61,
over on the mound, Seth
Martinez.
Martinez.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that started left for him.
For the Phillies.
So digging in
Third
now for
baseman,
Philadelphia, Alec Bohm,
Bohm.
1 for 2.
Hey, wait there now, Phil.
And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Bohm, the 3rd overall pick in the 2018 draft out of Wichita State. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Sanchez makes the grab, and there's one away.
Now batting, left fielder.
Max Kepler now at the plate. He's 2 for 2. That's in there. 0-1. Bases empty, one away. Last half of inning number 5. Missed with a changeup. 1-1. And that's outside.
2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Set down on strikes. Fastball at the letters, froze him for strike 3.
Frustrating end to the at bat
Now
for the
batting,
hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Real Muto stands in now and watches strike 1. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first, and Real Muto is out. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They're up 6-4.